It's hard to imagine that after the mauling the media gave Radiohead's first album release, Pablo Honey, that the band could have ever perceived that the very same individuals will be falling over themselves in a mad rush to praise their third album, the awesome OK Computer. It was described so ubiquitously as the most important album of the year that the phrase has ended up clearly giving one of the most modest and unassuming bands around an acute sense of embarrassment. I'm radio journalist Max Asanovich, and throughout this audio documentary we shall tell the story of how this Oxford quintet have fashioned themselves into one of the most respected bands in the world, and why they appear to be the sheer antithesis of the successful rock band. The story of Radiohead begins among the scholarly spires of one of England's most beautiful cities, Oxford. At the latter end of the 1980s, the five members began to slowly drift together, and solely by virtue of the fact that they rehearsed on Fridays, called themselves On a Friday. The band first started taking shape with two classmates at school, vocalist Tom York and bassist Colin Greenwood, who was soon to be joined by guitarist Ed O'Brien and drummer Phil Selway. Our picture is only complete after Colin Greenwood's younger brother Johnny, whose enthusiasm at this point far outweighs his ability, convinces the rest of the group to allow him to join. Nonplussed by Johnny's viola playing, he initially joins the band performing with the harmonica. Not exactly the type of instrument that one would associate with the late 80s post-punk revolution, but the inclusion of the youngest Greenwood would prove to be a very shrewd move.